Hello, my name is Liene and welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about the books I read in July. It's August and it's time for July wrap-up. I managed to read 7 books, 5 physical, 2 ebooks. In July, I had really good reading month. I even got 2 really good books. One of them got to be my all-time favorite, on that list. That's not just one book, but the list. So yeah, let's go through all the books I read in July. The first one is Every Last Breath by Juno Rushden, and this one I read for Buzzword Reading Challenge, and this was the only book I had with the word last that I hadn't read. So I read it. It is, I don't know if it is a thriller, but it's that kind of a thing, and it's a romance. And there is this detective kind of thing, like she works for a secret government organization, and she is sent to retrieve this really dangerous drug I think it was. It was so long ago that I don't really remember, but she's sent to get that and it fails, and then she has to work with her past lover to get that thing from the wrong hands so it doesn't get spread. It was interesting. I enjoyed it more than I expected to enjoy it. So yeah, turns out it's a series, but like in the romances, they're more I think mostly it's like companion novels, when the next books in the series follow like side characters from the previous one. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. I enjoyed it. It was interesting. The next one was a buddy read with Hillary, and we read Ace of Spades by Farida Abike-Iyimide, and this one is great. I really liked it. It's about 2 students in this, I think it's a private academy, and they are the only 2 black kids in the whole school, and they get targeted and get these weird messages, like the whole school gets those messages revealing their secrets. And yeah, so they kind of team up to figure out who is behind all of that. This book was great. I really enjoyed it, but it is scary, because I know this might be happening, so that for me makes it scary, like that something like that could happen to real people. I really liked the main characters. What was their names? I forgot. Devon and Chiamaka. They were really great characters. I liked how Chiamaka, I hope I saying it right, but I don't know. She was so confident in herself, and she was at the top of her class, and just, I don't know, for some reason I really loved reading about such a confident and smart character. I really like that. So yeah, great read, but for me scary. I found this kind of a thing scary, the things that can happen in real life, that probably are happening in real life. Then I read another amazing book, and it was The Core of the Sun by Johanna Sinisalo. This is dystopian by a Finnish author. This book was on my list this year because my sister chose for me to read it because she really enjoyed it, and I'm so glad she made me read it because I hadn't heard about this book beforehand. I heard it for the first time when my sister said that I need to read it, and it was amazing. It's one of my favorite books now, and it's a dystopian set in Finland when, in I think it was 20th century beginning, when Finland kind of made different choices and they kind of live separately from the world. They have like their own bubble where there are not a lot of things. Like they don't have internet, they don't have mobile phones and things like that. But the book is set in 2015, I think, right? 2016. So it's kind of nowadays, but they don't have like all that technology. There is really strict rules for women and men, and they are divided in groups that can make children and the one that can't. So yeah, it's really weird, but it was so fascinating. And there is this drug that is used in this book, and they are chilies. Like there is this chemical thing in chilies that people get, like, I don't know, some reaction to. I don't know how real it is, but yeah, that is an interesting thing. I haven't read a lot of dystopians. I think, when was the last time I read a dystopian? I don't know, but it was really interesting and I kind of want to read more dystopian books. This was really, really good. Like, to see how the world is set and how there are, like, they look back in history, how they got to the place, how those decisions were made. And from what I understood, they're kind of based in real research that was made years ago. So yeah, it is, what was that? It is really interesting. Great book. Definitely recommend to read this one. The next one was a buddy read with Olivia, and we read Bridget Jones's Diary by Helen Fielding. This was a really, like, easy, quick and enjoyable read. I didn't, like, completely enjoy Bridget as a character because she's a character, a woman in her 30s, and she's such a mess. I don't know. I just can't wrap my head around how she can be such a mess, because I thought that I'm a mess, and compared to her, I'm not a mess at all. The thing I didn't like was how she was obsessed with food, like calories, weight. That was such an unhealthy thing for her, and it is unhealthy for everyone. So yeah, she smokes a lot in this book too. But what I found interesting was that the two main male characters in the movie are played by actors that are mentioned in this book. Isn't that interesting? Reading this made me want to rewatch the movie. I still haven't done that, but I think I will eventually rewatch Bridget Jones' Diary. What I found out that there are 4 books but 3 movies. The 3rd book was never a movie. The 4th book, Bridget Jones's Baby, that turned into a 3rd movie. That's interesting fact. Right? Next I read Dear Martin by Nick Stone. Well, I don't know how to talk about this book because it made me angry. It's about a boy who gets arrested at the beginning of the book just because he's black. He didn't do anything wrong, and that is the place where the anger starts for me. It's like, I can't stand that unfairness. Like, I don't know, the whole book, there are a lot of things that are unfair. Ugh. So, yeah, it made me angry. But the main character, Justice, was a great character. I loved him. He was, I don't know, but he was such a great human being. Like, but he went through a lot. He had to deal with a lot. So, yeah, I don't know how to talk about the book, but it's unfair. And knowing that things like that happen in America, still, it just is unfair. Like, and it makes me angry. The book, the situations like that make me angry because it's unfair. The next I read Jailbird by Kurt Vonnegut, and I don't know, it was okay, nothing special, but it's about a man who just has come out of the prison and he tells his life story. He kind of mentions why he got in the jail, then when he got out, what happened, how he got to the place where he were, and it was like interesting in some way. There were some historical like things mentioned, but yeah, nothing like really amazing, but just this story about the man's life. I'm glad I read it, but that's kind of it. And the last book I read was Secrets and Seashells at Rainbow Bay by Ali McNamara. And this, I don't know how to explain what this is. It's a novel about a woman who finds out that she has inherited a castle. She moves there and she wants to make it work because it's not doing great and it's open for public, like a historical building. She lives there, she makes the place more interesting for tourists, but that's kind of it. I think I can't say that I didn't enjoy it. It was interesting, I really liked it. There is this side thing with ghosts, but I was reading and expecting conflict. Like, in most books there are conflicts, like some big thing happens and some big stupid misunderstanding or what, but I was waiting for it and it never came, so I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of what's good, that it's just the slice of life, like this one part of this woman's life. Yeah, bad things has happened to her, things like there are misunderstandings and things like that, but so yeah, I don't know. I was expecting something big to happen, something like evil, mean. I don't know, but it surprised me that there wasn't thing like that. At least I didn't feel like anything that happened was something like that. So yeah, I don't know. It was good. I think that is good because we don't need only stories where there are some major conflicts happening just because to make the story go somewhere. This showed me that you don't have to have that, I think. So yeah, that's it. That's the wrap up for July. These are the 5 of the 7 books I read. I'm glad I enjoyed, like I didn't hate any of the books. That is good. I even got 2 really good ones, like the ones that I really liked. The rest were good. These were really good. Is there a difference? Yes, for me it is. For me, there is. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and I see you in the next one. Bye! And how do you like my purple look? Purple dress, purple eyeshadow.